Alright, we're back with Loren, the Amazon Princess. We're at camp, we've talked to everyone, and we have 2 affection with Loren, and 1 actually with Amakiki. And there are actually 4 more, and I don't know who those people are. But we will totally be affectionate with everyone. Alright, so we could actually go to Grimar, to the Truth Temple, to the Unforgiving Swamps. I don't know what these do. Oh, it's like... Oh, if you don't want... No, I want this. I mean, we could go to the Truth Temple once just to train. I don't know. I mean, I'm not that interested in Amakiki being... I think we have pretty good people. Well, I could maybe change Dora for him, though. Like... I'm not sure how much she does. I'm not sure. I like her, but yeah. We'll go to the Unforgiving Swamps. Water, mud, slime, fog, the swamp has it all. Draco sloshed around in the swamp with surprising ease. Eleanor raised an eyebrow. What? You enjoy the swamps? Didn't you ever make mud pies when you were a kid? Let's just say, not exactly. Careful. I sense lizardmen nearby. Lizardmen? They are notoriously dangerous creatures. Their bodies have heightened self-regenerative powers. Aim for their vital spots. Because they're lizards. Here they are. Get ready to fight. Give your party setup. Okay. So, I definitely want these people. Now, who do I want here? Little Miss Dora or Mr. Actually, yeah, I think I want him. Why are you not completely healed, though, dude? Sorry, Dora, but, yeah. You don't do much for me, so... Here we go. Alright, Lizardmen. And I mean, we have to have Eleanor and Loren in the party, so... There we go. Okay, so how much does... Ooh, his fire is good. Ho 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 ho. Oh, Draco, my BFF. Yay for Amakiki, who didn't even get to do anything. Should we fall back to camp and get better equipment? Are you serious? Dude, that took like 2 seconds. Agreed, but we must not delay much longer. No, I'm pretty sure we don't have to. Their journey through the Unforgiving Swamps had been a perilous one. The monsters that lurked in its outskirts made them fear what it would hold in its depths. Amakiki proved his oath true and protected Loren valiantly and with ease. Apollymesho did not seem surprised by his abilities, but the rest of the party was in awe of him. Even Loren started to take notice of his strength. It was only Eleanor who pouted whenever he received praise. It should not have been so easy for a man to get on Loren's good side. Eleanor noticed how selfishly she was thinking, but could not stop herself. After wading through waist-deep swamp water, neck-deep for Dora and Ramas, they spotted what looked like a hut. The wood was rotten, but it was somehow still standing. Is that a house? Who lives in a swamp? Blast, it's about time we saw some dry land. I need to get out of this sludge. They clambered onto the island and recollected themselves. Ramas emptied the swamp water from his boots. A native to the swamps? It could belong to the lizardmen. Tread carefully. I don't know. This house looks too awful even for them. They approached the front door cautiously. Hello? Is anyone in there? There was only silence. So Loren opened the door and the party filed in. As if through magic, the deteriorating exterior held a lavish interior. The party was stunned by how they had been almost tricked into passing it by. Though the hut was empty, it looked like someone had been there recently. Out from the shadows sprang a giant scorpion with its tail flailing. Kill it! Kill it! Sorry, wrong voice. Boss fight! Giant scorpion! We're still in chapter 1 in this game, like what? Because if I save... We're still in chapter 1! This game is forever. Review your party setup before proceeding. Nah, I'm good. Alright. No. Meh.
I hope this is slightly uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh, okay. Yes, paralyze it. No. Okay, attack it instead. Oh my gosh, okay. Now we're serious here. Please paralyze it. Oh no, it's a boss. It's a boss. We can't do those things. Okay, never mind. Ooh, it's staggered. I don't have any special stagger moves though. Oh, come on, come on, come on. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Yes. Yes. We won over the giant scorpion. Okay, it was actually not as bad as I thought it would be. We got some minor healing potions, 14 gold, but 360 experience points. No one leveled up, apparently. The scorpion screamed and scowled back into the darkness. Loren held up her hand up to warn the party not to pursue it. The creature's whimpering morphed into sounds that a human would make. Hold. I think we might have a shapeshifter on our hands. Ooh, hello. You kind of look like Morgan from Dragon Age or whatever. A woman stepped out from the darkness, glowering at the party. It was clear from her condition that she was the scorpion whom they had just fought. Loren brandished a sword to warn her not to try anything again. A shapeshifter! An enter-scorpion? Those are ugly and mean. They're just misunderstood. And why did you attack us? Because I would rather die than fall into the hands of the Empire. I would not rot away in jail for simply being what I am. It is the laws of the land. If you use dark magic, you must be locked away. Stand down, mage. You are under my leadership, not your Empire's banner. I have no allegiance to anyone who seeks to hurt you. I am Princess Loren of the Amazons, and I am looking for my mother. I know she was brought into this forest by a man, but I do not know where. You are from here. Can't you help us? The dark witch twisted her mouth as she examined the party members one by one. She walked up in front of Loren and stared her dead in the eyes. Loren felt a deep shiver, but held her ground and did not waver. What are you doing? An aura that had started to appear faded quickly away. You are not lying. Of course I'm not. Did you just use magic on me? I had to make sure that you weren't dying filth. Turns out you're not. So, no harm done. Don't ever use magic on me, or you'll find your head separated from your body. The Dark Witch blinked. Don't worry, that's usually how she befriends people. Wait, you can read people's minds? The perks of using so-called dark magic. It is the magic of death. Death is just another stage of being. So many people flee from it as if it were a bad thing. Being dead can be quite fun, actually. She waved her hand and a skeleton of a jackalope on her table started to move. It hopped off the furniture and ran around on the floor. Dora and Draco screeched as it hopped around their feet. The dead should rest, not dance a merry jig whenever you want. The skeleton suddenly stopped with a quick hand gesture from the shapeshifter. I have no opinions on your magic. I need only to save my mother. Can you help me find her? I would reward you handsomely. Keep your outside baubles. I don't need anything other than what I already have. I'll help you find your mother, but only because I want my peace and quiet back. Too many people are walking around the swamps like they've been renamed the Forgiving Swamps of Roses. You'll help? Really? Yes, really. Unlike filth, I don't lie for recreation. What is your name, Dark Witch? We have not had a proper introduction. My name is Chambara, though I don't consider a good fight a standard greeting nowadays. I won't apologize for attacking you, since I am the one usually being ambushed. She threw a look over at Apollymesho, who almost looked like he was turning blue with disapproval. Very well, Chambara. You can help us navigate the terrain and look for tracks. I don't need to go anywhere. But you said that you help. I can and I will. Let me complete my thought, if you don't mind. Pfft, outsiders. How will you help us, then? I have a potion that can tell me where anyone is in the swamps very accurately. Great. Perform your ritual or make your potion. Whatever you need to do, do it. Not so fast. I need the proper ingredients first. I don't just stock up on useless potions hoping for strangers to stumble through my door looking for their lost mothers. Of course, this couldn't be easy. Fine. What do you need? I need truth of a lizard man. It's the most potent for what I require. We have plenty of those this large in our armor already. Not just any lizard's man tooth. Let me finish. It must be from a large dominant lizard, the cream of the crop. He's fed the most and is the strongest, and so on and so forth. In short, only Lizardman King will do, and they never leave the tribal grounds at the temple of Chuzulu nearby. This had better not be a trap, witch. You had better not be sending us to our deaths. If you were able to get this far, I assume you can handle some extra lizard men. Though if you do die, my day is free again, so I don't care either way. Amakiki stepped in front of Apollymesho to keep him from binding the shapeshifter out of anger. We'll return soon. Get out already. They left the decrepit hut and headed towards the ancient temple. Your Grace, the temple road is guarded by many lizardmen patrols. So, what do you suggest? I recommend after each attack we retreat to make camp. Making camp will fully restore our health. But we cannot delay anymore. My mother is in danger. I know, and it is up to you. Only remember that if we attack all the enemy patrols in sequence without resting, we might not make it. I think we can make one. So yeah, fight next. I'm good. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. Fire.
Slightly uncomfortable.
Man, dude. Come on.
Learn from this.
Learn from this. Yes. No one can attack now.
Stand aside.
Oh my god, Draco's toast my BFF. He's the best. Quartz and a sapphire. I think we can attack the next one. Yeah, definitely. A wizard. We should probably take that one. Actually, we can take this one. Polymesho. Thank you. Draco.
I don't like you.
I don't like you, Draco said. Loren is burnt. That's not very good.
One more time.
We should have attacked this one, but oh well.
One more time.
go. Heal Loren.
A few less pawns for the demon's game.
Aw. I think we could take another patrol, right? Yeah, I think we can take one more patrol. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yep, we can definitely take another patrol.
I'll protect you.
Rats.
I
Yeah,
don't
good.
like you.
Kill those. After this, we definitely need to go back to camp. Okay, 50 wasn't a lot, but okay. I like how we got to do two. You get to do 2 potions. Okay. Kiki. Show. Yes. Ramos. Loren. Yes, you missed him. Haha. Kiki. Eleanor. Actually, we could do this. And Draco. Haha. Yeah, we're definitely going back to camp now. Quartz and a short bow. Oh! Never mind. There were only 3 patrols. The party had cleared the Chizulu temple halls of all lizardmen, but they had yet to find the lizardmen's leader. The more they fought, however, the more vicious the creatures became, telling them that they were close. And then, suspiciously, the attacks stopped. They were guided through the empty halls by lit torches and sounds. They walked down a musty corridor into a great hall. There were torches lit across the wide room, and large decorated lizardmen working around occult symbols on the floor. There! The king must be with them. Loren pulled out her swords and charged the monsters, already impatient to collect the teeth required for Chambara's potion. Lizardmen screeched as she plunged her weapon into the nearest one. She pulled her sword back out with a grunt and scanned the chamber for her next target. What she saw instead made her lose her mind. Karen, her mother, was tied to the wall, limp and unmoving. Mother? She did not move. Loren screamed in pure bloodlust. Meanwhile, a giant lizard man warrior approached them. He was the Lizard King. Boss fight, I hope we're healed before this. We are. Thank goodness. Okay. Save game. Still on chapter 1, though. I mean, there have to be more chapters since they're actually telling us that it's chapter 1. So. That's the Lizard King. That doesn't really matter.
Try this on for size.
Alright. Yes. Okay. Super serious battle music, yeah. Oh yeah. Paralyzed. Oh, 1 life left, really? Okay, actually, in a way, it's nice to have Dora because she can also get people in the back row, but I mean, Draco can do that too, so.
Try me if you dare.
Yes! We are totally so good. Cloak of the Lizard King and a potion. Ooh. I'm gonna go for more hit points. The last lizardman fell. Lizard Man fell, bloody and broken from how Loren had mauled him. She dropped her swords and rushed to her mother, who was still lifeless and bound to the wall. We have found and freed Karen! Okay, so there's definitely going to be more to it than just finding her mother. Mother? Please. Mother? She lifted Karen's head and rocked her to make sure that she was alive. Her body was warm to relief. Eleanor handed her a knife to cut the ropes. Please! Just before she shed a tear, Loren saw her mother's eyes blink open. They struggled to focus, and then she finally looked to see who was holding her. Loren? The princess cried in happiness and hugged her mother close. She managed to free Karen completely from her bonds, revealing dark marks on her wrists from how long she had been held. What? Why are you here? I've come for you. The Amazons wanted to brand you as dead, but I knew you'd be alive. Dead? Karen immediately searched the room, and then her face turned to anguish. She stood up shakily and fought her body's weakness to scramble over to a corpse nearby. Rizum. No. She turned the person over to reveal an armored man, dead. Karen did not mute her horrid cries upon seeing him, pressing her head into his cold body. The entire party stood in silence, witnessing the agony of a woman who had just barely escaped with her own life. Loren was perplexed at seeing such a reaction from her mother. Rizum had been her mother's personal servant. That was all. Loren suddenly made the connection that the man who had been reported as traveling with her mother had been only her slave. Her thoughts went wild. Know what had captured her? Why had she been traveling with him? He was a man. Mother? Don't look at me. She snapped at her daughter too quickly, still hunched over Rizum's body. Loren took a step back in fear. Don't judge me. Loren gasped. Karen had loved Rizum. It was so clear to Loren now, from the way her mother was clutching him so dearly. She had been in love with him. All those smiles they'd secretly shared back at the Citadel. Every time her mother chastised her for criticizing him and other men. He didn't abduct you. You were running away with him. Her mother could never be allowed to love a man, especially not as the queen of the Amazons. She'd be cast out, so would Loren, simply because she was related to a treacherous weakling. Men were only for procreation, never for love. She had been taught this for as long as she could remember. All this time, Loren had believed that her mother had disappeared against her will. Now it was clear that she had wanted to abandon her all along. I am dead. I should be dead. Eleanor could not stand Loren's sudden standoffish behavior towards her mother, especially for something so meaningless as what gender her lover was. So Eleanor hurried to Queen Karen's side and placed comforting hands on her shoulders. With a gentle pull, she led her away from Rizum's corpse, though it was so clear she wanted to stay with him. The Amazon Queen had always been a strong, stoic leader with a reign and exterior as hard as stone. But now she was just a woman, breaking down in her arms. It was enough for Eleanor to question reality itself. We arrived just in time. These lizard men were going to perform dark magic. They've already claimed one victim. It is curious they did not kill the Amazon Queen yet. Indeed. Perhaps they had another purpose for her. We can't leave him here! No. We will give him what he deserves. Follow me. Outside, a bright pyre burned, sending Rizum home. Karen stared into the flames, utterly silent. On the opposite side, Loren was just as silent, but staring at her mother instead. She was still having difficulty piecing together everything that she had just seen. She loved her mother deeply, but now she wondered who she even was. Despite her mother having broken Amazon tradition and requiring exile from the Citadel, Loren could not excommunicate her own blood. Not just because it would mean her own exile as well, but because her mother was not a bad person. She was a strong queen and a good mother, even if her heart beat for someone whom it should not have. Eleanor quietly walked up and stood by Loren. She looked over at her servant. The very sight of Eleanor seemed to comfort her, which was a new emotion towards a servant for her. "Are you well, Majesty?" Loren opened her mouth, but no words came immediately. I'm well. Thank you." Eleanor smiled, and Loren's stability racked once more. Slaves were supposed to be beneath her, but she was strangely humbled by this one. Loren walked away and urged the party to leave the swamps as soon as possible. Eleanor stood alone, left wondering why her mistress responded in such a way. Of course, it was to be expected as her servant, but she couldn't shake the look in her eyes just now. After pulling Karen away from the pyre, the party decided to move on and leave the swamps. Loren took her first steps back towards the citadel, towards home. "You've gained a new party member, Karen. Ooh, she's a thief scout. Hello, Karen, level 5. Apparently you have strength and... I'll give you both, I guess. No, wait. More skill. What are her special things? Are scout. Hit single target for 25%. Makes an enemy as focused... Mark an enemy as focused target for 3 turns. All subsequent attacks by Karen will do 100% more damage. Hits target and any other target in the corresponding back row for 50% damage with 30% chance of causing scare condition for 3 turns. I don't know. She has 2 skill points. Audio assignment. That one and that one. Okay, cool. It would be here where the story of Loren the Amazon Princess should have ended. She had never left the citadel until the day her mother went missing, and she was now returning home with her. Her goal was complete, but her journey was far from over. That sword had not stopped glowing, and had not stopped whispering to her while she slept. No, this was just the beginning for Loren and her loyal servant. Soon they would approach the forest again, and news would reach their ears. The whole world was quaking, ready to burst, and the sword knew this. High in the Everburn Mountains, a thundering, unearthly shout rang over the mountains, shattering windows and putting out fires. Did it glow? Tell me, in that princess's hands, did that sword glow? I don't know. I only know that she has it, and I'm completely positive on it, my lord. Then you had better find out if it glows. We have come too far for the gods to meddle in my business. Sir, you know that I need more power for that. My omniscience is limited. I can't just do it whenever. What use are you, then? Succubus frowned, about to growl something in her defense. Luckily for her, the chamber's doors flew open, and Grob came hobbling in, wheezing. You speak of the Ember Blade? It glowed. It glows! He threw all his weight onto his staff as he tried to recapture his breath. Yule crossed her arms and prepared herself for another of her lord's tantrums. Lava in the room sputtered and flared in Faust's white-hot rage. She needs to be killed. I recall someone saying that such an option was covered. How did that go, by the way, Grob? Goblin Shaman sneered at Yule. It went according to plan, actually. They are collecting more and more allies, so she is well protected. But the lizard men will be able to handle them. That is... Oh no, haven't you heard? Quiet. I will tell him which. I have heard enough bad news for today, Grob. Yes, my lord, but the lizard men have been slain. Loren has her mother, and they are leaving the swamps. Faust's scream shook the room, causing the tiles on the walls and ceilings to break off and shatter on the floor. Yule and Grob were barely unscathed. You can't do anything right, Greenie. And what is it you've done for the Lord lately? Silence. You will both pay dearly for these mistakes. You failed to keep promises and have compromised me for the last time. My lord, you're being too hasty. I made you a promise that there would be a war. I've come to tell you, the war is upon us. This quieted Faust, and he sat down on his throne. How? Unlike some of us, I have great ability at your service, my lord. The humans and elves are itching for a war as it was. A change in the wind would have sent them to war. Nevertheless, it was my illusion magic, lord. Faust was silent for a long time, while the demons before him feared for their lives. This is the only good thing that I have heard from the two of you in a long time. That will not be the case again. Two demons bowed before Faust's throne, glared at each other, and then left. Alone, the animated suit reveled in the thought of the world at war. His plans were finally starting to come to fruition. It was a cloudless night in the Empire. The night watchmen of a small town guarded their posts as usual. Only merchants and lowly travelers entered the village at such a dark hour. So it was beyond suspicious when a group of elven scouts marched right up to the town. Hold! Who goes there? The elven scouts marched through the gates and straight into the main square. The city guards rushed to block the roads. The elves suddenly stopped. What's your business here? Go back. We don't need... The guards' commanding tone faded as the elves took out their bows and ammunition and loaded them. We're under it! The arrows flew in all directions, and the bloody screams woke the whole town. The elves mercilessly attacked the guard, showing almost no emotion as one person after another was slain. Pretty sure that those are probably goblins under illusion. The guards barely had a chance to defend themselves or their loved ones. An arrow pierced an invading elf's skull, sending him to the ground. There, the elf's visage melted away and showed the corpse of a goblin instead. The skull was crushed under the foot of the defending guard. Just outside of the forest, Grob wheezed painfully and grasped his staff closely for support. This should be the last of it. With a wave of his staff, the few goblins who remained in front of him turned into human guards. They looked at their new forms for a moment and then scuttled into a battalion of human soldiers that was forming next to them. Go now. Hurry. The illusory soldiers then marched forward and right into the forest. Grob looked up at the moon and then coughed. Finally, he teleported himself back to the Everburn Mountains to give his report. His master was waiting for good news. Chapter 2, World at War. Quest completed. Find Queen Karen. 1000 eggs. Okay, I think that right now, after this, we're gonna have lots of more stuff happening, so I think that we're gonna level up people and continue in the next episode, actually. And we're gonna save. Oh my gosh, chapter 2. Finally, this is gonna take forever, probably, but it's awesome. So thank you all very much for watching. We're playing Loren the Amazon Princess, and I'll see y'all later.